What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about Faraday future, tickers FFIE. I want to give you a good breakdown of the data points, the technicals, where things might be going, and some latest updates that have come out. So I'm going to go over all that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So there is a hell of a lot of optimism going into today, currently up 7.6%, and it has not necessarily too much to do with Faraday itself, just the broader economy right now. But still, I don't think a lot of people are complaining. Based on the technicals, today it is transitioning from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band, which generally is a fairly big thing. And as far as options activity, I'll give you guys a quick overview as far as the options. It is very much oriented towards calls. So you do see a lot of calls being purchased. Nice green bars going on here. So that does insinuate that there is upside anticipated. And this is largely because of two things today. One of which is a lot of big earnings, more specifically from Apple, that came out as a very good success. And even more so as well, there was a lot of optimism for the rest of 2023. So it kind of contradicts a lot of the recession talks, even more so as well, looking at non-farm payroll and also employment. So kind of a double beat based on those data points. So this is where a lot of growth stocks such as Faraday is going very, very high. And like I've said in the past, based on, for instance, stochastic, it was very much oversold. So this is what's kind of prompting a little bit more of a value rally, more specifically in Faraday, and especially as well with the whole not being delisted. You can kind of have a breath of fresh air at this stage. Number of retail investors are very much getting in, so clearly that's a good sign. And once again, based on the technical, so being at 24 cents, it is above that pivot point. So in theory, it can easily go to around the 30-cent range as long as it stays above this 23-cent point. So of course, that's a fairly positive thing. There was some updates that recently came out, one of which is this. So just their earnings announcement. So that is set for May the 11th on next Thursday. And that looks like it is 4:30 Pacific time. If you do want a little bit more of a deeper dive potentially going into the earnings on what to expect, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely do that. I don't anticipate it being that significant. More specifically, what people should be looking at is their expenses. How much are they burning through, and kind of compare it to previous quarters. But more specifically to Faraday, there was this news that did come out yesterday. So Faraday Future appoints Rich Schmidt as new vice president of manufacturing, and he does bring 35 years of automotive experience. And it looks like, based on here, it looks like Toyota and a lot of other big brands. So clearly that is always a good sign. So whenever a experienced vet from one of the big automakers comes down to, for instance, Faraday, that's seen as very optimistic. So definitely you can take that how you see that, of course. And on a side note, I'll give you guys a quick overview of shorts, but it's very interesting to see what came out from the White House and how they did say today that they're going to be monitoring illegal short selling. And it's kind of interesting to see that they're actually saying that there is a possibility of market manipulation going on. So kind of flawed. A little bit late to the game, but once again, I'll give you guys a quick overview of what is happening with Faraday more specifically. Short score is currently 64, utilization is at 100%, and as far as what shorts are doing today, doesn't appear to be anything. So that's kind of interesting, but keep in mind it says no data available, so there might be something going on with Ortex. But currently 27.81% of the free float's being shorted, and that works out to be 165.45 million shares overall being shorted. So 28%, that is pretty significant. So this is where, if there is some continuation of some good news from Faraday, some operational news, then technically it could have a little bit more of a squeeze, because cost to borrow as well, the average is 10.11, not necessarily the highest, but it would do. The only thing you need that currently Faraday doesn't have right now is that surprise catalyst. So if that happens, you never know. And based on this, you can see today there was two big transactions over $100,000, 105 and 197. So definitely goes to show and signals that big money is very much getting into Faraday. So like I said, based on the technicals alone, which of course is turning very much bullish right now, then in theory, it can easily get to around that 30-cent mark. Keep in mind though, I am not a financial advisor. You guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Obviously, I think there's just a lot of optimism going into today, and hopefully that will roll over into next week, and more so maybe some actual FOMO kicking into going into their earnings as well. So again, that is on the 11th. If you would like me to live stream that as well, I can definitely do that if you guys are interested, and then give you my Cole's notes afterwards. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Give yourself a shout out if you were able to get in the teens. So definitely it was very brief. So it had a new low of 14.8 cents. So lucky for those individuals that did buy at that level. So give yourself a shout out in the comments below. But other than that, one final thing I just wanted to share with you, take advantage of a free promo, and that is with Moomoo. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account. You get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So complete no-brainer. Link in the description below and also the comments. So take advantage of this. And this is only for May. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. And with that said, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Faraday.